Hello everyone, it's the start of a brand new month, so it's time to go back and recap what I watched last month. Here are my top 10 first-time watches of the month of March 2025. Here we go. At number 10, Prisoners. I had Prisoners on my watch list for about a year or so, and I finally got around to it last month. First things first, Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman are phenomenal in this. Jackman's character, Keller Dover, is just possessed by anger and he is fuming this whole movie. I loved Jake Gyllenhaal in Zodiac, so seeing him back in a detective role was really nice. He kills it every time. I had pretty high expectations for this movie, and while they weren't exceeded, they were still at least met. I'm still not entirely sure what didn't work for me. I think it's because I was expecting to really like Hugh Jackman's character, but if you've seen the movie, it's kinda hard to vibe with Mr. Dover. Poor Paul Dano gets absolutely destroyed, and at the end, when everything is revealed, I just felt so conflicted. The story does wrap up nicely, and I love me some twists, and there are a couple nice ones. If I ever rewatch Prisoners, I'll probably end up enjoying it even more since I'll know what to expect from the characters. Number 9. Wonka. Wonka was such a pleasant surprise. I've been on a bit of a musical kick since watching Wicked late last year, and first off I want to say that I kind of agree with the people that say this Wonka doesn't feel like he'd grow up to be the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka we all know and love. However, Timothée Chalamet is so full of energy and so much joy here that it's absolutely infectious. Not all of the songs hit for me, but the ones that did, they hit pretty hard. A World of Your Own is probably my favorite, and the whole scene where Wonka finally opens up his shop is just beautiful. I will say that Paul King really knows how to pump a bunch of life into his movies. Also, Keegan-Michael Key as the chief of police was such a fun side character. The more I talk about Wonka, the more I'm realizing that I kinda love this thing. It's definitely a movie I hope to revisit soon. Number 8. The Gorge. We have a brand new 2025 release on this list, and before watching it, I don't think I heard a single positive thing about The Gorge, so I wasn't quite sure what I was in for. While watching it, I could definitely see the problems that people were bringing up, but it didn't matter. It tries to be like 3 movies in one, and it kind of worked for me. It's a love story stuffed inside of a sci-fi adventure. There's some weird shifts in tone when it goes from, whoa, there's something in this gorge, to, hey, you're so pretty, let's flirt a little. I think Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy have decent chemistry, but I enjoy them so much as actors that I was just happy to see them on my screen. Little bit of a spoiler right here, but as you probably guessed, they do end up going into the gorge, and the stuff that's down there is really freaking cool. I was completely locked in during the second half of the movie. I'd say the setup is pretty neat and unique. 2 people guarding a giant mysterious pit, and they end up getting feelings for one another, but when we find out what exactly is going on in the gorge, it sort of becomes typical sci-fi stuff, which the movie does well, so it didn't bother me. I had a really fun time with this, and I got to watch Anya Taylor-Joy kick some ass, so it gets a thumbs up from me. Number 7. Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise kicks ass, man. 2 fun characters that get themselves into a wee bit of trouble and things just keep escalating more and more. It's already a fun premise, but obviously the movie is what it is because of how great Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon are. This movie is just a fun time. My only complaint, and it's not even a big one, is that Thelma keeps making dumb mistakes, so I'm just like facepalming several times throughout the movie. But in her defense, this is like the first time she's ever been out and about away from her dipshit husband Daryl, so, you know, cut the girl some slack. Also, I had no clue that this was a Ridley Scott movie. The same guy that gave us Alien Covenant also gave us Thelma and Louise. Legendary shit right there. Number 6. The Crazies. I was expecting The Crazies to be a generic horror movie that was hopefully just a decent watch. It was much more than a decent watch. The Crazies was so damn entertaining and I absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed Timothy Olyphant as our main character. Hell, I loved all 4 of our main group of survivors that we followed. Usually in 2000s and 2010s horror movies, there's always 1 or 2 annoying ass characters, but I was rooting for pretty much everyone in this. I haven't seen the original 1973 movie, but I'm for sure gonna have to check it out soon. I also have to say that the movie is very well paced. It never feels like we're dragging our feet, and it's filled with so many sick moments. The scene early on at the morgue, the car wash ambush, and all of the stuff involving the semi-truck at the end, it's just a fun, kick-ass horror movie. I love it. Number 5. Better Man. I am so annoyed that my AMC only had this playing for like 2 weeks, and I was out of town for one of those weeks. Better Man, the Robbie Williams biopic where he's a chimpanzee, was really, really good. Way more emotional than I thought it was gonna be as well. There'd be an absolute banger song with great visuals, and then it would cut to poor Robbie just doing drugs and being a sad little guy. I had no clue who Robbie Williams was before watching this, but it was so interesting seeing his struggles and his story displayed in such a unique way. All of the songs in this movie are fantastic. I've listened to Rock DJ probably about 50 times now. The entire Angels scene is so sad, but the song is awesome. The Nebworth Let Me Entertain You scene goes hard as hell. It really helps that Robbie Williams just has so much charisma, and he seems like a charming guy. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, this movie has incredible visuals. The come undone car crash moment where he's underwater is one of the best things that I've seen out of a 2024 movie. This probably would have ended up on my top 10 of 2024 if I saw it in theaters. Number 4, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. So many people are hyping Honor Among Thieves up, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be worth the hype. Well, it's pretty high on the list, so that should tell you that I had a blast. Colorful characters are always going to be an easy way for a film to win me over. I haven't seen too many Chris Pine performances, but he was so wonderful as the leader of this silly group. I am a big fan of Michelle Rodriguez, and she gets to kick so much ass in this. She's probably my favorite part of the movie. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves is just as fun as everyone says it is. There are so many beautiful shots with great scenery, so many fun moments, and even a Bradley Cooper cameo. And the cherry on top of it all, there's a big tubby dragon fight scene. This movie rocks. I can't name all of the bits and jokes, but there are tons of them, and they worked for me. I need a sequel as soon as possible. Number 3, Legally Blonde. I watched Legally Blonde for the first time last month, and I expected a decent little comedy. I don't think I have rooted for a character harder than I did for Elle Woods. Every step of her journey through law school, I'm just like, hell yeah! It's really funny, and Reese Witherspoon is so likable even though she's your typical sorority girl in the beginning. Her relationship with Jennifer Coolidge was fun to watch, helping her character gain confidence. Just like I said for Timothée Chalamet and Wonka, Reese Witherspoon is just full of joy throughout most of Legally Blonde, and it's so infectious. This was such an enjoyable watch from beginning to end. All of the characters have their stories tied up nicely, and that final courtroom scene was great. In my honest opinion, I'd say it's a damn near perfect movie. Number 2, Jurassic Park. I've only ever caught bits of Jurassic Park on TV from time to time, so I finally sat down and watched it in full, and yeah, I get it. I knew I was gonna like it. I knew it was gonna be a good movie, but oh my god, Jurassic Park is just that movie. Who doesn't love dinosaurs? The digital and practical effects are so good in this. The final stretch of the movie with the velociraptors was so intense, and I absolutely loved every minute of it. They're even doing some Looney Tunes tomfoolery as well, like running headfirst into reflections, popping their heads out of nowhere right when a character is done talking. Even the Dilophosaurus plays peekaboo with Wayne Knight. And even without all the dinosaur madness going on, we get to spend some time with some neat characters. Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum are like a perfect trio. Just the idea alone of Jurassic Park is fun. Like, I know without even watching this that, yeah, it's a bad idea, but I would still go. I have a confession to make. My only experience with the Jurassic Park franchise is the 3 Jurassic World movies with Chris Pratt. They aren't the best, but I still ate all 3 of those movies up. I'm so glad I finally watched the one that started it all, because now I see that Jurassic World sort of just copied most of Jurassic Park's homework. This is one of those movies where everyone needs to see it at least once in their life. Truly a special movie. And number 1, Snowpiercer. Bong Joon-ho just makes nothing but bangers, I guess. The story alone is really cool and interesting, the last of the human race living on a big-ass train. Snowpiercer has such a great story involving class, and this might just be the best Chris Evans performance I've seen. We need this Chris Evans back on our screens. The entire cast kills it, especially Tilda Swinton as Mason, such a wacky and evil character that I love to watch. One of my favorite moments was the classroom portion of the train. They're pretty much just brainwashing these poor kids, and they even have a little song. It's honestly a little terrifying, but yet really silly. This movie is just filled with great moments. We have some unique and brutal action, characters that are just filled with so much determination, and when we lose some along the way, each loss is just heartbreaking. I cared for pretty much all of our main characters, and I just wanted them to succeed and have a better life. This film brought so much emotion out of me, and I wasn't sure what to expect going into it. It instantly became one of my favorite movies ever, and if you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure it's still on Tubi, so go watch it. And there you have it. Those are my top 10 first-time watches of the month of March. April is my birthday month, so maybe I'll celebrate by watching a whole bunch of awesome movies, but we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on any of these movies on this list, or just let me know some of the best things you've watched last month. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.